Purple cups of champagne, 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 champagne, champagne.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Purple Cups of Champagne. I'm your gracious, humble, beautiful host, Handsome Contreras.
That you are.
Oh, man. You added the little Spanish because you got the Spanish tan going on here, right? Man, just came fresh off the flight from DR.
Good call.
I wasn't anywhere. I have no idea what they're talking about. I just got color from the sun on Sunday.
Looking like Federico. What's going on, everybody? Security John Chetty, a.k.a. the Brown Pat Riley.
Yes,
not
sir,
as brown
yes,
as this.
Not currently.
But I'm not the Brown Pat Riley today.
Not currently.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I tanned really well, too.
No, you do.
Like, yo, honestly, I didn't put sunscreen, suntan.
Nah, it's the Hispanic tan.
That's what it is.
The
man.
Latino tan.
Nah, if I get a tan, I come back looking like
I'm
Wesley
not Latino.
Snipes. So
I'm Taino.
Sure.
you're not Latinx. I love saying that. Oh,
No,
man.
but it's your boy Josh, a.k.a. FA The Product, Twitter, Instagram, and I did tweet.
I know, I saw it.
We should be team no tan, right?
Yeah.
Like we just like we go nowhere,
Right?
I mean,
Look mad pale.
Mad pale.
Nah, man. You know, the summer I
Mad
walk
dusty.
a lot. So I'm going to get dark regardless.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
I look like fire in the summer.
It's about to be summertime, too. It's about to be a hot summer.
Yo.
Yo,
Hot summer.
I got the speaker. It's a wrap.
It
yo.
really is
I
about
can't
to
wait
be a
for
hot
the
summer. It really,
man.
like, all next week.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to
Oh,
Chetty,
yeah,
man.
It's gonna be good weather next week.
Yo, shout out to Chetty. Word up.
DJ equipment. He's
Yeah.
yo, little
Yeah.
by
On the
little,
up
man.
and up. On the up and
I
up.
did
man.
How was your
Not
first
even
show?
little by
I
little,
did
man.
a
He's
little.
moving fast, man.
I did a baby shower in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn all
Facts,
day.
facts.
Yo,
You know,
best borough.
showing the kid love.
Second
you know what I
best
mean?
borough,
Nah,
but
it
it's up
was
there.
it was dope. The funniest part about the best part about the event was that it was for a baby shower, so it was a good,
Mad bitches.
yeah. I was gonna say that, but I was like, you know what?
Well,
me
let
be
Handsome
good
say it
today.
for you.
But Handsome was like my conscience saying, yeah. But no, it was cool. And another thing that was dope about it too was that there was a point where they had this one cousin that like just kept grabbing the mic, and he was just like, yo, the speeches were like an hour.
Oh
It's like
my
a
God.
auntie like saw me, and then she was like, "You want to eat?" I was like, "You damn skippy, I do."
That's
I was
amazing.
like, "But I don't want to leave the booth," and she was like, "No,
I got to play. I'll fix
this
it.
is gonna be a while." You know what I mean? She was like, "I can fix you a plate, but because of look how crazy this." She was like, "I can fix you a plate because of COVID. I don't know if you want me breathing on your food." Or, you know.
Wow.
So in my
son.
head, I was like, "Yo, look how crazy that is." Like, as a man,
Honestly, that's overblown, though.
as a
It's
man, there's
thoughtful.
no.
No, but it's overblown that people are taking those kind of precautions.
There's
but I get it.
nothing
They're just
be-
being,
there's nothing
cautious and
better
shit.
than a woman taking out your food for you, yo.
Facts.
That's 1,000%, dog.
Facts.
When they make you that plate,
That is true.
there
That
is
feels good.
nothing. You know what I mean?
That feels good.
No matter grandma, mom, aunt, wife,
Yeah.
sister, cousin.
Even I won't say that because when my grandmother did it, I got like clown for it a lot. She would do it all the time, and they'd be like,
Really?
"Oh, your grandma's gonna serve you a plate." I had both Johnnies telling me shit like that. So nah, I wasn't
Y'all
a big
niggas
fan
are
of that.
trolls, dog. That's some troll shit. That's some troll shit.
Hey,
Ooh, it's getting better and
nice.
better. It's getting better.
We had to go commercial this time after the last debacle.
Just make sure.
Yeah.
We had to make sure this was a good one.
Yo.
Ain't wasting our time out here.
Yo, even the cup was stinky, dude. I was like, what is this?
I didn't notice that, but
Thank God it was the
Jetty noticed it.
It was the 420 episode and we were smoking because
Yeah,
it was,
Exactly.
Keep our
yeah,
spirits
that
up.
up.
exactly, man.
Not
You
even-
pass that to
Thank you, sir.
Chetster.
It's funny.
But,
I don't have anybody serve me ever.
What, this? Or you mean
No,
generally?
I mean,
Your
my-
mom serve you, bro.
No, because I stop her. It's not that she don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
But
what
you
I'm
saying,
saying.
can't.
yeah.
But just let it happen though. Just let it happen naturally. Just let it.
I can't because then she got that over me.
I think when I DJ'd your Penelope's party, you served me food probably.
Yeah.
Because that's how Handsome would be. You were like, yo, I got you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll do
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah, but I don't like my mom doing it or anybody doing it.
And I was going to say, that's a good thing about being a DJ. Like, people take care of you, man.
No, yeah, they
You
do.
taking care of them?
They do.
Yeah, nah,
They
for
do.
sure, for sure,
They
but
do. They definitely.
They
I didn't
appreciate
get,
it, though.
I didn't get too many. Oh, can you play this? Like, I thought I did a good job in
Well,
that. sense.
when
That is
nationality were
a
they?
good.
Huh?
What nationality were they?
African American.
That's why. They let the DJ do the DJ thing.
I don't know if that's why. I got to give credit to Chetty for that. Like, if you're DJ.
Well, no, he's a great DJ.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
exactly,
that, but
exactly.
you know,
Nah, real talk, because if you're not getting the
you're
stiff
gonna
song,
see.
I'm just like,
Yeah, no, I didn't get the loneliest feeling for a DJ though is that like when everybody gets off the dance floor, like you drop a song and then like you just see people like dispersing, and in my head I'm
I
like,
start getting desperate.
are they thirsty? Maybe they're just hungry. Maybe this song sucks.
That's gonna be chutty
and
for
that,
sure.
and
yeah.
yo,
That
like,
means you had them
I'm
going for so long they got tired.
But
man.
no, because it was like a soca like set. And then, like, I just think, like, I just went one too far.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, whatever. You know what I mean? And but no. It was a good.
Those are the kind of little details you're gonna pick up on, and like,
I know.
And either way, it fucking happens, no matter who you are, bro. You know what I mean?
You got something this weekend, right?
Yeah, I got something this weekend too on Sunday.
Beautiful,
so.
man.
What nationality are they?
Caucasian.
Yo, you
All
want
right.
to be,
Yeah.
you want to generalize. You're trying to figure out a way to
100%.
generalize. Handsome's trying
I
to figure out a way to
generalize,
categorize these people. like,
Categorize. I break people down. Like the moment I see somebody, I'm like Afro Latino or Hispanic.
it's fucking
Yo, let's bring it.
Latinx.
Bring it in, guys.
Latinx, man. You gotta
That
say
shit
it.
don't exist. I'm playing
It's
fucking
another
games.
great episode.
Yes, sir. To
Let's
us.
do it. It's illegal weed and legal
Jesus.
cooch.
Legal cooch.
Yeah, dude. So the DA is allowing it now.
The world's a changing.
The world's going back to what it was. When people used to smoke weed freely and have sex with anybody
Yeah,
they
for like
wanted.
those 5 years, it felt like. I mean, from what I don't know much about the history, but it felt like it was like only a small time frame where people. I mean, I get it. For hundreds of years, people were allowed
That's
to
what I'm
like
talking
do
about,
it.
yeah. I'm talking about
But-
cavemen, not like.
But I'm talking about like
the 80s
you know,
and 90s,
exactly like what was it?
times-
Early
Maybe
60s?
it was the 70s.
Well,
Like before
Reagan was
Forrest
the
Gump.
one that ended up like creating the war against like
Yeah.
weed and drugs and
Against
everything
drugs.
like that.
So he
yeah.
could bring it in with the
So
CIA.
so right before that though, with hippies and all of that kind of shit, like that's probably what I was talking about, like the little time frame there.
Oh, I thought you meant like talking about prostitution.
Was prostitution legal at that time too?
It wasn't, but you know how they have like areas where they know people are doing drugs and
Yeah.
let them rock out,
Yeah.
like Kensington, in
Which is
Philadelphia.
honestly is understandable why that
yeah, it's
exists.
like as long as you do that shit there, whatever,
Right,
have
as
fun.
long as you don't bring it over to
Right.
Yeah.
Because remember, Hunts Point,
the soccer moms of
That's what I was gonna say.
prostitution was a norm.
Hunts Point's gonna come back then.
Yo,
for
Hunts
sure.
Point's gonna be the wait,
She's
poppin'.
gonna start
It's gonna be
jumping again.
gentrified
It's
this
summer.
summer.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna be a hot summer there.
Guys,
Oh, shit.
wear condoms. Just because it's legal doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's not lethal. Believe me.
Handsome sounds like one of those like spokespeople like on those commercials, like the Truth commercials.
I'm gonna be doing something, man.
Smokey the Bear.
I'm gonna capitalize on weed and
Just
know-
because it's
you
legal
know what
doesn't
that
mean
is?
it's not lethal.
Just because it feels good doesn't mean that it is good. Yo, man.
So what do you guys think like this means for like New York and stuff like that? Like the whole
I don't understand the move.
legalizing it.
Personally, I don't understand the move. I don't understand why this would come up out of nowhere. Like I got the weed part. But are they going to be taxing the prostitutes? Like,
That's a good question, yeah.
because the weed part made sense.
Well, in Amsterdam, the from what I heard, the prostitutes pay taxes there. They pay taxes there. So
You went through the alley, right? Where the ladies are like
the red light district.
flashing their tits and shit.
I stayed more.
Red light district.
I stayed more in the museums. I was in the Red Light District.
I was gonna say,
right.
I actually met a pimp. And, yo, this is so exactly what he. So we're there. The team is there. I won't say who's, and we're all there just chilling or whatever, hanging out. And I have a Yankee hat on, and he was like, "Oh, this is exactly this is verbatim." He goes, "Oh, New York," and I was like, "Yeah." He was like, and I was like, "Queens," and he was like, "Oh, Queens, like Nas," and I was like, "Oh, that's dope."
Nice,
And that was dope. It was
nice,
dope. He was
nice.
like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
like Nas," and then he looked at me. He goes, "You see this here? This is the real ghetto. This is the real hood." He was like he's a black dude. He could have been like,
But he was Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, thank you. That's what I was looking for. And he had a little bit of an accent. But he was just like, "Yeah, see this here? This is the real ghetto." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Do you know above here there's a family that lives up there?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" So it was like, you know those brownstones in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
How when you go right up the stairs, like there's a second floor,
Yeah.
and there's people living on the first floor.
So on the first
So there's literally somebody selling pussy down there, and then this kid, and then this is like during the day, and he was like, "Yeah, you'll see." And I saw a kid and his mom. They were just going out grocery shopping, or maybe
Wow.
going to school, and I was just like, "Wow!" So it was like a normal. And I asked him, he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "These girls here, they pay taxes.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a profession."
Yeah.
So is New York going to get to the point where? I mean, I don't think it's going to happen right away, but is it going to get to a point where like that just becomes like okay, this is what you're going to put on your W-2, you know, like.
As long as it's like
I don't believe so personally.
like most things, as long as it's like kind of regulated. Even though it's funny how that goes because
Regulated
a lot of
how? Like, what do you
that's what I was
want?
gonna say. A lot of people feel like regulations.
No?
They don't. A lot of people don't like regulations in a way, but things should be regulated to a certain extent. And if as long as it's regulated, like you said, as far as what maybe like where they're allowed to work, what hours, whatever, because you kind of don't want it to be just straight up mixed in. Like if someone's selling their, prostitution on a school in a school zone or something like that, like that's kind of obviously there has to be rules or whatever. But one benefit to it that I wanted to bring up was, and I remember hearing about this a while ago.
You walking at a parent teacher conference,
right? Oh. I got a streetwalker. Even shit like that.
You got a lady of a night.
Even shit like that, like streetwalking. Because remember, like think about taxis. Mm-hmm. Taxis are not really supposed to pick you up. Supposedly, I don't know if it's
you're supposed to wave them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not supposed to pull over and be like, "Hey, you need a taxi."
Exactly,
right,
shit like that. So maybe they're not supposed to be like streetwalking. Maybe they can get like you can have a service where they call whatever,
Pimps.
Okay,
escorts, guys.
Yeah, legalized pimp or exactly
escorts. There's escort services all over.
Purple cup pimps.
I'll do it.
Yo,
I'm not a part of it. Shout out to Brenda.
I want to know. Nah, you ain't doing nothing. You just making money. That's it. You just making sure that they,
I think
Brenda would definitely be down.
as long as she sees that
your protection.
As long as the outcome.
You can't see Brenda being a madam.
That's it.
Yeah,
come on,
definitely.
And rule with an iron fist.
You gonna go out like this?
And rule with an iron fist.
You gonna go out like this? No guy's gonna wanna.
What are you doing?
You don't make no money for us.
You gotta run in your stockings. What are you doing?
Nah, son.
Yeah, he has to be wearing stockings too, right, Chetty?
I have memories.
The typical prostitute with stockings.
I was thinking Wolf of Wall Street.
I remember being 5, 6 years old and leaving my mom's factory, right? And then you'd be driving through like Times Square, and there were women like hookers and shit, and peep shows and all that shit before Giuliani came in. So I have memories.
The city was like that.
It was
the city was like that.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
It was like peep shows left and right. That's what Times Square was. Times Square wasn't this fucking musical shit and all this stuff and stuff.
No, it was literally like an underground world.
Yeah,
like backwards world.
Yo, have you ever watched like the movies from the 80s and early 90s?
Oh
yeah.
That's what
they have it. They have it in that, right? They show.
No, I'm not even talking about the show. I'm talking about anytime they've ever depicted Gotham and Batman. Mm-hmm. It's like Times Square in that time.
Yeah. I remember Jason Takes Manhattan. It was just like punk rock, fucking prostitution, peep shows and stuff like that. Yeah. And then when the peep shows
not DVDs, but adult tape shops.
They got rid of that peep show stuff like 98, 99, I want to say, right?
You said when Giuliani came
in. 92 through 94, Giuliani
he cleaned up the graffiti even on trains and shit like that. Like he was big on all of that shit.
We were like 8, 7.
But I did want to say though, like one benefit about legalizing prostitution.
Nelson and I try to get into one.
What?
It's one of those peep show things.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you, man. I think
we were like 6 and 7.
That's bad.
That shit was not happening.
No, y'all niggas are horny as fuck.
I told you, we started watching porn like at 4 and 5.
Yo,
who got fucked?
I was gonna ask.
It was her video.
I was actually gonna ask you. Yeah, somebody fucked up there, man, because it's not supposed to be that early. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah,
that
sure. They fucked
crazy.
up.
She fucked my childhood up.
Damn. But the reason it can be beneficial, I guess, is because I remember hearing about this a while ago. Like people who have like no legs, come from war or some shit like that, or people who are mentally disabled, something like that, or people who just like extremely. There's like a group of people who can't get sex. They call it incels. Incels. They're not allowed. I mean, they have never gotten a girl. They don't think they're ever gonna get a girl, and they just hate women for it.
There's a term for that.
Incels.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's popular. It's a popular thing. There's a group of guys. It's not even like a group of guys in U.S. I'm talking about like worldwide.
Why didn't you tell me it's like 10 years ago when like a roast people be fucking incel?
Yeah, people do that all the time. They call it, they like nerdy people, like, or let's say like Xbox people. They'll shit on each other like that, like you fucking incel. They'll say shit like that. But yeah, that's what it is though.
Simp.
Exactly shit like that. Like those terms. So like incel, they're a group of people who are like they hate women because of that, because they feel like they're never gonna get women, and they just hate women because of it.
So they hate women because of their insecurities?
Yeah. But these people are actually supposedly kind of dangerous. Like they'll actually go out and like try to hurt somebody or hurt a group of people and shit like that based on that kind of shit.
Hurt women
hurt women or a group of people just because they're mad at the world. You know what I'm saying?
Got it, yeah.
So just for
hurt people.
Exactly. I had some thinking about that deeply or not. Yo. So with that, it's like
that's why I do what I do.
That's a way for to provide those people, whether you can't get girls because of injuries or because war, or whatever, any disability or whatever is restricting you, that actually makes the world work better.
What was his name? Lieutenant Tom?
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
That's what he
just
would do.
Like that. Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's needed.
The girl was trying to give him something. Exactly, and he was just like not feeling her because he was just, ice cream. Ice cream.
Like, I got 3 stubs.
Ice cream.
Hey, it was a fictional role. It's all good. We're not making fun of a real.
Well, no, it's funny. You brought up Forrest Gump because like when I think of like when they show how New York looked in the 70s, like, I thought about that. Like when they went to the bar, when they were walking around, they went to a strip club and so they bagged 2 prostitutes. Right. Like you know what I mean? So new legs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But,
shout out to Lieutenant Dan.
Shout out to Lieutenant Dan. But wow, I don't know, man. I don't know how I could see this getting regulated or even type of like, is it just gonna become like I guess it would have to get to the point where it would just be like in a strip club, and these girls, if they want to do something at the strip club, they could just pay for it. And nobody gets right. Like that's what I think this would happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that I could think of. Like if you owned an establishment and you already have the girls. And
that's what I was saying before. That I don't know if they would literally.
They're gonna make that a service.
If they're okay with streetwalkers because
right.
How can you really regulate that?
Well, I don't think. If I think about it, they're just not prosecuting them, right? So I don't think they're like saying, "Hey, go do it," or "Hey, we're going to allow it." Like I don't think you're gonna face the same time, but I do see them kind of like, "Yo, chill out," you know, like deading shit, maybe making an arrest and not, you know, again.
Well, they're expunging the records of people who got from the last 5 years, who got like 3,000 like people. I think I had the number, but
right then now you have a record for it.
So now you don't have a record for it. So if you were in jail or you're in jail for that, how do you think the motherfucker feels like going to jail and like dogs? If they ask me, I'm gonna be like, I killed somebody.
Yeah,
like I'm not saying I got caught.
Prostituting?
You know what I'm saying? No, not prostituting, but it's motherfuckers that got
paying
caught
for head.
Paying for head. You know what I mean? Mr. C.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. If you got to pay for sex, you a sad individual.
Facts.
Yo, but I seen some ugly motherfuckers get shit busy.
It's funny. I tell people. I mean, I'm outspoken about it. I'm like, I didn't really get started with like getting girls and shit like that until like later, until I was like 18, 19, or whatever.
Me either. I didn't start till Sharice. I only been with one woman.
And the
thing, Penelope the first time.
Sorry for laughing about that. I'm not laughing at you.
It's sad. I get judged all the time. I get judged for being raped. I get judged for having
to kill. Finish him.
Shout out to Mortal Kombat.
Shout out to Mortal Kombat, bro. Can't wait to go see that tomorrow.
Nah, but like
by yourself,
by myself. Word. Shout out to Kelly. That's a big shout out, yo.
It is.
That's dangerous. That is crazy.
That is. Hey, it is what it is, man. He felt like it. I support you, Chetty.
Nah, I love.
No, but I don't know if I guess them eliminating the records of people beforehand. Like I said before, it has to do with like, I guess doing you might be right that they're not like just arresting people for it, but there's still a way that they can make things better, is what I'm saying, like down the line, because it doesn't end there. It's the same thing with weed. Weed started with that they were not giving people tickets or arresting them, and then they try to figure out a way to regulate it better. Right, and they're still trying to figure it out
because they were searching people's car. They thought they smelled weed. You know what I mean? That was a point.
Think they'll start like OnlyFans booths.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Like an actual booth in the city, where like a little kiosk area where you can find your favorite OnlyFans person, and you gotta have like a certain rating.
You gotta edit this out. You fucking up the money right now. You gotta edit this out.
Well, how dope would that be?
Yes.
Right? Anybody with over 100,000 OnlyFans subscribers, you get this slot for the next 2 weeks.
Yo.
Girls make a killing in those 2 weeks.
That's just a boost.
If they're up for it, obviously, nobody's forcing you to have sex.
I promise you, the world's gonna change, and it's gonna go in that direction. Not only with that, but like where people are doing OnlyFans and they're getting actual sponsors.
Let me ask you this though.
For sure.
You see actual sponsors. There you go. Yeah. You know, you see these girls take these trips to Dubai and holding the fucking Jaguar and all that shit.
Yeah, they get urinated on.
And you remember in the group chat
fucking dickhead.
Ali sent a video of a girl. She's videotaping her fucking steak, and the guy was like, "You're not gonna post me?"
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Is that not prostitution? Because he's flying her out. He's so I don't get it. Like he's paying for everything.
Sugar daddy shit.
It's definitely a form. To me, it's definitely a form.
Sugar daddy shit is just a clean form of prostitution.
It's somewhat a form because like, after that vacation, I wouldn't imagine that they're gonna have like another. One of my favorite things to see. I'm even gonna front. This is fucked up, but I love what I do when I go on a date, and I be seeing this old dude with this bad chick, and she has no interest in their conversation. They're not even speaking, and I'm just like, yo.
That reminds me of Han. I'm sorry, Han, I'm gonna blow you up, but this is a conversation we used to have when we were younger. And Han, I used to be like, me and him were just younger talking about girls and shit. Be like, yo, but if we make a lot of money, yo, you can get any. And it's like, I was like, nah, bro, why would you want a girl that loves you for your money? He's like, because you still have the money. Who cares what she loves you? Who cares if she loves you for the money? If you're gonna have money for the rest of your life and she loves you for the money, I don't care as long as she's around.
fucking hopeless romantic over here.
I'm like, yo,
for what's
I got the bank account.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
Like, we chilling.
Nah, it made sense to me what you said. I was like, nah, that kind of changed the way I thought.
Yo, you and Brendan are really real love. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, there's hope. There's hope for us, handsome. Cheers to that, man. There's fucking hope for us, bro.
I hope so.
It's out there.
Ali hurt my feelings
hope
today in
so.
the group chat. And I thought about it.
Ali told both of us give it up.
Yeah, word.
Y'all niggas are hopeless. Give
Shout
it
out
up.
to Ali. Shout out to Ali.
Oh, man.
It'll find me.
Some way, somehow, man.
You think it has anything to do with, like, obviously our city and a lot of cities were fucking killed by COVID, and you think we're kind of like drawn on grass straws? Is it drawn on grass straws?
Grasping on straws.
Yeah, grasping on straws for like ways to boost the economy. Like, what do you?
I
what do you think
I'm surprised that Hanson didn't give a quick answer. I was gonna say yes.
Because why I say that is not because they're not gonna because of the regulation. I'm talking about as far as like if more people are making money, or more people put it this way. Shout out to my boy E. But like if you give he always say if you give the middle class more money, right, they're more prone to go spend that money. You understand what I'm saying? Than if you give it to, you know, the upper class or whatever.
Yeah.
So
If you know how to invest it.
So I was gonna say, actually, people. No, it's true though because people.
Right, no.
I was gonna say the same. You said what I was about to say. We're gonna spend it stupidly.
We're gonna stunt.
Right. But we're gonna stunt, but it's gonna put money back into
exactly.
into things. So
while smarter people save their money,
right, and give it to the next
and that's the people who we take care of.
Right.
Like, that's not the way it's supposed to work.
100%
for the economy.
And that's the way it is. But like in this sense, you think they're saying like, all right, let's turn our backs to this thing that's gonna be like a boom if it works out properly, right? Yeah. And then these people are gonna take that same money that they're making because money's gonna be generated and put it back into the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And not that's what I was trying to say about the regulation part. Right. It's not because of no reason, but aside from everything has to do with money.
Right.
So just them taxing that prostitution.
Right.
Yo, trust me, they're gonna make a lot of money.
A prostitute is gonna go spend more money on clothes. She's gonna go out to dinner with her homegirls,
exactly.
or male prostitutes,
get her surgery done,
right. Well, she's gonna get it done in DR,
exactly, or Mexico,
right.
Who knows, man? She's making enough out here. She might be like,
go to Dr. Miami.
American doctor.
Yeah. She go to Dr. Miami.
You know how much it costs to get American-made shit, man?
Yeah.
That's just like
same surgery you pay $3,500 for in DR, you pay fucking $12,000.
Exactly, I was gonna say 150% the price, man. I don't know about that.
But it's one of those things that, like, I think they look at it like, well, you know what? Like I said again, we'll turn our back to this. You guys will make money off of this, and you'll take that money and put it right back. So it's like they're kind of low key doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're just like trying to be the most liberal state on earth. I think a big part of it has to run with political views and things. And
Como's in the hot seat. You think that has something to do?
Yes, I think trying to be like at the forefront of everything that's changing.
No.
But that doesn't make a lot of. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's definitely possible. The reason it don't make a lot of sense to me because like Cali's always been, if anything, at the forefront of actual
they had weed like first,
progressive
right?
shit. Yeah, exactly. Like
or
so therefore,
marijuana.
We're trying to keep up.
Nah, I know, but New York is lagged behind. How many states in marijuana legalization?
Yeah,
even every state around us. You're talking about New Jersey, Maine.
But when we did
I don't know about Pennsylvania.
You don't think it has something to do with the fact that like it's higher arrest rate when weed was, you know what I mean? Like,
but that benefits.
Not even that, but think about what other arrests weed smell has probably led. Like somebody got a strap in their car.
Well, look at that.
Oh, I smelled weed. That's why I went over to his car. So I had a reason to search him besides him being black, which was the real reason why they searched him.
Facts.
But you're having all these police brutality issues, all this stuff like that. Yeah. We, in a way, and I think, again, it has a lot to do with the heat that Cuomo caught, are trying to get out of that, right? So if you have less police doing dumb shit or having a reason to do dumb shit, then cool.
Well, that should have always been the plan. That should have always been the plan.
Yeah.
That's too smart and too reasonable for me to believe.
I think it
that
sounds
the government's
cool.
Doing it.
I'm excited to see it, right? No, because I see the numbers right now going up in terms of shootings, in terms of deaths, and I'm one of the people. I get excited for shit like that in a weird way because I'm like, yo, let people have what the fuck they want. Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then everybody dies and
facts.
shit gets cleaned up. Unfortunately, like that's
Yeah.
what you want. Because everybody
It
has.
just sucks for the
Yeah.
the little kid who catches the stray bullet, though.
That's the
You understand
sucky
what
part,
I'm
but
saying?
that's the shit that
Because-
comes with not having that in place. I have this conversation with my niece all the time. Like, you have to understand something. I totally agree. These dudes are animals. I fucking hate the police. Nobody hates police like me, right? But I don't see a world where it's normal not to have police around.
Yeah.
Hence why the problem is educating them and doing things like that.
Right, but I think what people are doing it's too black and white. People are saying when people say here defund the police, they're hearing. I don't know. We're kind of getting on topic of the prostitution and weed.
No, this is good.
Whatever,
Nah, yeah, but I'm
this
not,
is like-
and trust me, I'm not gonna.
But this is
go down that.
I don't want to.
I know you're worried about me going down that road.
I'm worried about myself doing it because we'll be here all night.
I'm excited.
But it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't have to be black and white. It could be gray. Where when people say defund the police, meaning like you don't need to be putting like $1 billion into that shit. I'll tell you one thing. If you told a police officer, yo, if you fuck up, it's gonna fuck up your pension. They'll think twice about fucking with people.
And that's what I'm saying.
Like,
There
that's
has
where it
to
needs
be
to go
better
with that.
systems.
Double-edged sword to
better.
that is that's exactly why police don't tell on each other.
Yeah,
It's because they're afraid they're gonna lose their pension.
Yes.
That's where they really lose their pension.
Yeah.
They're not losing their pension from shooting somebody. They're
No,
losing
no,
their
they-
pension from
no, they
actually
just
snitching
get-
on another police officer.
They just get sued, right? The police, the city gets sued,
Yeah.
and taxpayers pay for it.
Exactly.
That's it.
But the only way that they lose their pension is people get, kind of boxed out of being a police officer from not fitting in by snitching on their own brothers
Not
or
being
whatever
a
they
blue
want to go.
blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blue line or whatever. But and to your point, Johnny, I get what you mean, and I agree with it because that's why I say about people's solutions is that like nothing is as it seems. There's so many details and so many things that change once you make a major change or whatever that we don't even foresee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
we stick to extremes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much.
So sometimes you got to see it through to see to get to middle ground. Though
right.
sometimes you know what I mean.
You need to experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not called get rid of police. It's called defund. That's
Yeah.
two different things.
No,
bro.
yeah, but some people are really about getting rid of police. Though.
But that's no. I don't think that can happen.
But you may not think it can happen, but
That's what they want.
no. But not only that's what they want, but we have to keep an open mind that there is possibly a different system. And I mean, I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
But I also do feel like it's. I mean, I want to see what their plan is.
There has to be a system
People
in
who
the
say
world that they're doing.
exactly. People who say that, I want to see what their plan is. Aside from Minority Report, but anything is possible though.
I think,
anything is possible. You know.
I think that police need to take the time, and this goes to the police chief. You need to take the time for the young officers to communicate with the community that they're serving.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a kid who lived in West Bubblefuck, Long Island, that's only had one black friend for his whole 18 years of school, and then send him into fucking Brownsville to police.
Facts.
Right away, he's gonna be
here's where
right
it gets
away.
tricky,
Right
though.
away, he's gonna be
Understand though,
intimidated.
even if he has friends
But
in
there
school
has
that
to
are,
be-
I'm being real with you because people
Yeah.
can go to Long Island, they could be in school with.
Yo, Rakim is from
They'll
Long
tell you that
Island,
they'll be like,
man.
"Yo,
Chill.
I'm my best friend is black," but at the same time,
best friend is
you
black.
cannot change the way that they look at themselves in comparison to different people.
Yeah.
Right, but if you,
And-
but I would like to think that if you hung out with a kid with a certain nationality, you understand, like you will understand his struggle. Like you understand what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like
That's
like,
true. No,
I
for
have
sure.
a lot of Hispanic friends, so it's one of those things like where
Latino friends,
Latinx friends.
Yo,
So where-
stop. The
Latino
games,
is
nigga.
bigger than just Hispanic. Hispanic
No,
is just
it's
us and
not.
Haitians.
Yo,
man.
we have a lot of Spanish speaking friends.
All
Fuck
right,
that,
there you go.
man.
There you go. That's-
I got a lot of Spaniards. I
Hate
know,
that
right?
word, dude.
So-
people who came from Spaniards.
Yo, I know
or
mad
Mexicans
Dominicans.
Hate
or
Spaniards.
Indians.
And, no, but the thing is, though, it's like I know the things that they, you know what I mean, like their gripes, and they know mine, but you know that through time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I feel like with these police officers, it's like, yo, you're sending them out to a place where right away they're gonna get intimidated by when they see when you see something you don't understand, what happens? Your guard automatically goes up. You're human.
Niggas fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer.
Yeah, but so it's
Facts.
you know what I mean. That's another topic that we gotta save for E to get on.
No, we
that
don't.
would be great.
No, but
Because I like east side of things as well too, and then like us.
E is
you know,
part of the
it's good.
extremist thing that I was saying.
Yeah, but it's good to hear. But it's good to
hear
where
him
he's
out
coming
and see
from.
exactly
You
what his
understand
plan
what I'm
is,
saying?
because that's what I'm trying to tell you
Yeah.
right now, that you can't just disregard people's
Of course.
that side of it, because if they have a full,
But also,
if they
you
have
can't
a full,
discard the person who's like, "Yo, we need police," because when something
I
bad
don't.
happens, the first people we call is
I don't.
the police.
I don't.
Right?
For sure. One thing I will say, and I was going to add to that, is taking out, let's say, certain responsibilities, like the weed thing, or like you were saying before, taking out those responsibilities actually helps, even if you want to keep police, because it just makes their job simpler. You're only called for certain disputes. You shouldn't be called for things that may get out of hand when they shouldn't get out of hand at all. At all.
Because a lot of those searches
Yeah.
went awry for no reason. Because
okay,
you know what?
Stop and frisk. The reason that doesn't work because you're putting too much responsibility in the hands of cops. Right. You know what I mean? So like giving them a reason to do anything like that, like to just randomly search somebody, is dangerous. Of course, it's a thin line between. Of course, doing the right thing. It has.
It's got to get better to the point where like, yo, look, like if we were all kids once, you know what I mean? We all did stupid shit. We've all ran from the cops before, you know what I mean? Like cut school, whatever the case may be. And it's one of those things that like...
That's some wild kids. I have never ran from cops.
It's one of those things that... Am I the only one in the room?
Yeah, I think you ran from... Yeah, I never ran from cops either, dog.
And I'm the best kid.
I fucking shot a cop.
You are. You know what it is? That you were so confident that you're going to get away. I'm like, nah, I've seen this happen in Corona too many times. Things get thrown up on the...
But it's like... But that's what I'm
saying.
in
New York, man. They just shoot.
But you see, there you go. That's the point. It's like... You make a mistake, you do something stupid like that, right? By running from the cops. You don't deserve to get killed for that, dogs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Your first thing shouldn't be, I meant to grab... It shouldn't even be like, I meant to grab my taser.
Yeah.
You either like, unless
Hit the nigga with a stick. Throw the stick.
Unless I killed somebody, then you got to call for back and be like, yo, we got a murderer on the loose.
Yeah.
But if I'm running away because I left school and you saw me leave school or whatever the case may be, or something stupid, I stole something from a store,
right.
It's got to be, you have to use your judgment.
You know what happens?
Again. They get caught up in the heat of the moment?
No, fuck that. I'm talking about the reason why a lot of this shit happens.
Going to go full-blown defend cops.
Nah, I fucking hate cops. I'm not going down that road.
I know.
I could defend human beings, though, and thought processes and shit like that.
No, for sure. That's what you should do.
But more than that, my bigger issue is we have a bunch of idiots joining the force because they couldn't do anything else with their life, right?
That's true, too.
So you allow almost anybody in there, and then nobody that does have some common sense or does have intelligence, why would they choose to be a cop when the pay sucks balls? Yeah. Right? So it's so many different things that work into that shit.
Those guys that look at it, they say, well, you know what? 20 years. If I do 20 years and just, do the minimum, I'll get,
That's a terrible situation. That's a terrible environment I'm talking about.
And I'm saying that's who we have protecting our children.
Yeah.
Protecting the old people. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it, not even that. Those are the people that you call in when like, yo, my family's in trouble. And they could give two shits about what's going on because they probably just don't want to do. They want to do the minimum.
Facts.
And I'm not saying all cops are like that because there's some cops that actually take their job serious. But the ones who do take their job serious, like you said, they only getting paid what 35 bands a year.
So we have to figure out a way to filter
yes
that and make it seem like there's. I mean, like you said, like we said, in a way, even the gray area is a better plan than what it currently exists. I feel like.
Did you see the video I posted today from that Philadelphia retired cop?
No.
That now his whole thing is about. Like he goes out there, he spent years in the force, saying like stop targeting black men, like to the police officers.
He's a black guy. He's a black cop.
He's a white cop.
White cop.
He's a white cop, and he speaks on the training in their mind and why they end up going down the path that they do as racist cops. He's from Philly. Wallow had posted it, and he was explaining
it's understandable why they do it.
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest issues.
Why? Because they're picked on by black people.
Is that fucking quota? He's like,
they got to beat that.
You place a quota over somebody's head. So what they realize is, he goes, they don't even have to tell you. We sent you
an article with the Miami cops writing fake tickets for people.
Yeah.
And people start reporting it because they're so pressured to meet that quota. They're also fucking scumbags for doing that.
Of course.
But still,
you still got to be a scumbag to follow through on that plan.
His whole thing was that. He goes, so you give them this quota, and then you start to realize every time you arrest a white kid, that white kid's parents know somebody in the community board. Yeah. They know this politician. When you arrest a black kid or you're doing the black kid, he got nobody. So he spends that weekend in jail.
We got to get more.
Look at Khalif Browner.
Khalif Browner, yeah. Yo, his mom didn't even know he was coming home. They sent that nigga home with a Metro card, dogs. And he was never the same.
Yeah, exactly. He committed suicide.
Yo, he met Hove before he committed suicide. And Hove was going to do something
and he still couldn't bounce back mentally from whatever. I mean, everyone...
You saw that story?
I'm not saying Hove could fucking save lives, but I'm saying if you met Jay-Z...
And that still was
and he had a plan with you to be like, yo, we going...
That should give you some hope.
Yo, him and... Yo, those...
Yo, I'm doing a documentary on you, man.
Came to us, dog. I could be depressed. I'd be like, yo, nigga, my life changed.
Not saying that she's like super popular, but him and Rosie O'Donnell, who she's pretty rich, they had... They had like a text chain. They used to text each other. Like, she would check in on and be like, yo, checking in to see if you're good. I haven't heard from you. And her last couple of texts, she was like, yo, I haven't heard from you. And then she found out the mom hit her up and was like, yeah, he hung himself. And so like, sad, like nobody sees like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo, just one little thing from him going to a party, from him being a kid.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so there has to be, there's got to be more accountability by the police. but also like
at the very least,
Yes.
what you said right now.
Yeah.
At the very least, that has to happen.
right.
I hope.
All right, well,
I can't guarantee it.
Let's lighten the mood up a little bit. Rest in peace to Shock G. Rest in peace to
That's how we
Black
That's how we're gonna lighten the mood from.
Holy shit!
Hey,
My
he's talking
two-
about the difference between
I
locking up
s-
and killing
No.
hundreds of people.
I
Versus,
went down the wrong route.
Yo, can I ask you a question? What R.I.P. Shock G, right? Humpty Hump,
Black Rob.
all of that, right? Black Rob,
Rob.
R.I.P. Black Rob. Did they say what Shock G died of? I know that they just kept it like undisclosed.
No, they
Did they
didn't
do that? Okay.
Yeah, I know he was.
You know what I was gonna say?
He was sick, but
I was gonna say because we were talking about X in recent weeks and shit like that, and I was gonna actually say like, how crazy. I don't know if I'm wrong about this, but like, is it me or like hip hop people or legends or whatever just die more than like rock legends, and that kind of shows the systemic racism in a way. It kind of shows it.
Mick Jagger's been alive for fucking like 80 years, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Ozzy
and I'm not even
Osbourne.
talking about systemic racism in as far as cops. I'm talking about as far as drugs being in the hood and those kind of things. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would say even worse than that because Black Rob's issue, I think, was kidney issues. No,
Yeah,
right?
he was just
diet.
Yeah.
Yo,
So,
remember
that's
Nas
what
did the fried chicken, the song? Like, yeah,
that's
yeah,
where I'm
yeah,
headed.
exactly, yeah.
I think it starts with slave times and giving them the worst food, the leftover shit.
It started there.
And we ended up making anything into a dish, right? So if you look at the fucking food that we eat, right?
The amount of rice. I mean, I talked to Felix about. I told you about this.
Even just,
Felix
fuck just that, like the pig fat and shit like that. Like we obsess over these kind of foods, and it's like the lowest of the lowest. So obviously, hip hop artists are mainly black and people of color, right? So they're gonna have more health risks, more health issues, no education about how to eat right. Like you see a lot of these white artists and shit like that. They don't have prior
like
health
you said,
issues
exactly
like
what you said. Mick
I
Jagger.
mean, look at
Mick Jagger's like 150 years old.
and that
bro.
motherfucker probably smoke crack and smoke mad
Ozzy
cigarettes.
Osbourne.
Ozzy
Like, how's he
Osbourne,
not dead
another
yet?
dude. Yeah, word. Yo, rock legends. You never see them die
But
early unless they're
again,
killing themselves.
So that goes back to genetics.
Nigga ate a bat, dog.
Yeah.
He nigga started coronavirus, man.
He did.
Facts,
That nigga
Chad.
ate a bat.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
But
I saw a fucking
Facts,
movie where
Chad.
this nigga snorted ants.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Again,
I never.
his
I never even heard of that.
his
I never
ancestors
heard of
had
that.
good genes, so he's starting this shit off. Unfortunately, like
It's not
I
only
said,
good genes, it's a good diet. As
if you
well,
look
though,
at
yeah.
colored
but it is good
folks,
genes, probably. Yeah.
we're more prone to high blood pressure,
Portions,
diabetics.
too. Yeah.
Like all the shit. Why? Because the food consumption is different, and
Facts.
even in America, when you look at the food that's allotted to public schools, let's say in the urban area, as opposed to the school allotted to the better suburban places, the food is garbage.
Well, that's exactly why I say that. In that sense, it's like systemic racism, and for people who don't think that like shit that's gone on since like slavery times carries over to today, which I know that we all agree with that. It's just that like we got to figure out better ways to get over it or whatever. But if you don't think that there's evidence of that, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Like you don't see like I'm telling you right now, there's rappers, black rappers or whatever, like black and Hispanic. Look at Big Pun and shit like that, who die so early from like natural causes or like natural health risk causes or whatever. You know what I mean?
Pun was super unnatural.
No, you know what I mean though. Like I'm talking about that's still an addiction.
It's crazy.
That's still a food addiction.
He used to be.
You know what
He
I'm
used to be
saying?
brolic. That's the crazy part about
I
it.
never seen a picture of him being
You
brought.
didn't see that
I'll
picture?
pull it up for
When
you.
he's like in the
Yeah.
suit and he's like
Yeah.
walking
and
like
you see
this.
he has fucking
That's
gun-
so. Yo,
he has
honestly,
fucking guns
I
out,
can't even
yeah.
believe someone can go from brolic to that. Like
he got
that
in a car accident, some shit like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and he got
yeah.
like some.
He was depressed.
No, but also he got a big like lump sum type shit, and he just started like
Spanish come up.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's a
Yo, arroz con pollo every day.
Every Latino. I said the word Latino. I want you to stop me. Every Latino
I'm
has
You guys want to embarrass yourselves? Do it.
Every Latinx.
has gotten in that situation. I mean, a lot of people I know have gotten in that situation. That was their come up. But anyway, I didn't want to sidetrack. So today is the I don't know if you guys know the 2022 year anniversary of Rough Riders Volume 1.
Yeah, Volume 1.
years,
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
another DMX.
December 18th in New York is officially DMX Day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Are you gonna remember it when it comes?
No.
Yeah,
It's locked in. It's B-Man's birthday, too.
Fire.
You know what I mean? So it's super locked in. So shout out to B-Man.
Shout out to B-Man.
Hey,
Word.
B-Man, is your birthday 17th or the
Shout out to Cuts and
18th?
Claw.
I don't know. Sorry if I'm a bad friend. But 17th or 18th. But
17th.
But that's is it 17th?
Nah, I don't know. D-Man never told me his birthday. He always like, oh, I'm
But when he does, he won't forget it.
Yeah, I won't forget it.
So that's an easy way to remember it.
Yeah.
But no, that's dope, man. The way the city showed out for X this weekend was fucking amazing. Like,
Especially if they did it in Brooklyn. Like,
set
I
up
love
that Rough
the
Riders.
Barclays was used for that. 'Cause,
Barclays
you know,
was fire. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Barclays. No offense, guys. I know you guys all like the Barclays. I just don't like the whole thing behind it. But to use it for that and
Yeah.
especially make it
No, they were. Yeah, thank you. They were showing like people like showed out bikes, like people on foot,
4-wheelers. I think that they had him.
Dragon was there.
Wasn't he in that? Wasn't he in that?
Beyonce was there. You know what I'm saying? That showed you like DMX was. Thank you, Josh. DMX was an icon, bro.
Was he in that like monster truck? He was in that monster truck, right?
Yeah. They drove around the city. His casket was there, and they latched it up.
I ain't gonna lie, it's fire.
Yeah, but you know what was dope? They drove him to all the boroughs.
Yeah.
So like he started in Yonkers.
Yeah.
He came to Queens and it was crazy because Nori had just got back from Miami, and Nori had said that X always said that he was gonna come check me in my hood.
Left, right.
And someone actually took a picture of like or video of him driving by some shit like on Woodside.
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, this shit hurt my heart, like to see that, that's the way that, that we hung out at my hood. He would just always say that I'm gonna come to your hood.
Yeah.
You know how it's so crazy because Yonkers and fucking Woodside seem like two fucking different states.
Yeah.
Two different countries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They are different. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're just separated by water.
Yeah, but it's just
no, but even the culture is different.
Nah, for sure. Man. You know how we feel about the Bronx, man. Shout out to the Bronx.
but the fact that they did all that, they drove them through Manhattan. Like I saw mad people on my IG that like would see the truck passing by and they would take a picture, take a quick video, whatever. And it was dope. Sure. It was like I wasn't here for Biggie's funeral. You could probably speak more to that to me. But
I was here. I remember that too.
But I don't know.
Big deal, dog.
I know they brought him back to his old neighborhood, but I don't think they took him to old Five Boroughs though. Right?
No. It was only we went. I went with Michael Jackson.
Oh, I didn't know that. The crowd was. I remember the crowd. The crowd was bananas.
I remember like I was watching the documentary and Biggie's. Was that Biggie?
I think that was.
You said Biggie's.
Biggie's mom had said like, yo, she never listened to any of his music because it had too much cursing in it.
Yeah.
But she was like, the first time she heard some of it was because she had no choice. Like he had died and people were just blasting his shit. So like with X, like like it was just. I watched some of the funeral the next day, and by the way, Kanye and Sunday Service fucking bodied that shit. Like they did a great job.
Honestly, I don't know. I know it's stupid. I was gonna say the
setup was his.
Looked beautiful.
It was like dope. It was, and I think like him and X connected before he had passed because they did the Sunday service.
He's done some beats for DMX.
He has, right? Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has some.
I don't know
in his later albums.
Yeah. And in Kanye's early work. Yeah. No, for sure. The album had Get It on the Floor. Definitely has some Kanye beats on it or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was dope. And the thing that's crazy is that if you notice, like Kanye didn't want his face shown, so like he had his hood on, he had like a mask on the whole time.
I did see that.
But he was like playing the piano and he was
like conducting, right? Exactly. Yeah.
And Swizz like shouted him out. He was like, "Yo, thank you," because he wasn't gonna come because he got his own stuff going on right now. But Swizz asked him like, "Yo, can you come for this?" And that like. To me, that's a big showing. Like, you know what I mean? And Kanye's a superpower in hip-hop. For him to come out to do that for X, that shows you how ill he was. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that kind of caught me, like, just it's like, it sucks that we're doing, like, a fucking, like, recap of the funeral.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Of the celebration. That was considered a celebration. They had showed some of the artists that were there and stuff like that. And Nas came out in like full camouflage army fatigue because he was like, "Yo, X would want me to wear something like this because something that X would wear." So
Swizz, that's Nas from like fucking 2000. That's why, like, coming out in the
1,000%.
Yeah. Life is what you make.
Yeah,
exactly. That's Nas in that time.
Yeah,
you're wearing the fatigues and shit like that.
He had a fatigue and
Nas like
fatigue and wheat Tims, and then Swizz wore the same thing as him, black Tims, and they had a moment where the Rough Riders all came out together, and Swizz Beatz eulogy, like that shit, like. It's crazy because that's something that, we have said, and you can look back on, like, episode 25, 26 or whatever. We've said, like, support your peoples, like, while they're here. And he was like, I don't want to see nobody at my fucking funeral. He said it. He was like, X needed y'all when he was alive. And, like, you saw some of the
He was hurt, man. He was speaking through hurt, man.
Some of the people's faces on stage were kind of like, shit, like, I could have done more. I'm not siding with those people, but what I'm saying though is that like when people die, I think people feel like, you know what? I gotta come here to pay my respects.
Yeah.
And just kind of like be around the people that like are hurting just like me.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a power play or anybody just doing it like, I gotta show up.
Right.
Even Eve, when I saw Eve, right?
Eve doesn't leave the UK, right?
No.
Yeah.
She's married to a billionaire dude now, right?
She don't even come back to the America.
Even when I saw her, I could picture people being like, you had enough money to take care of. You're a billionaire now. You should have been doing that. And it's like, nah, she said it. Like, this dude was a big reason for my career.
Right.
Like a big push behind me. Even watch old videos and shit, you would see he'd find her and he'd be hugging her and like a little sister type shit. So
no, for sure.
People are always gonna have their comments or other thing. I think Swizz made some good points. I really do, especially when he was talking about everybody trying to go after your shit now that you're gone and claiming they had. I seen
shit
that.
gets ugly.
Yo,
every
I heard right now it's getting ugly, like with this Masters and all that stuff. Like,
bro,
like,
I'm being real with you. Every
terrible,
single time somebody dies that I've seen that they don't have shit, like
I'll tell you,
it's different like degrees of how ugly it gets, but it always
it's
messy.
always ugly.
It's always messy. It's always ugly.
I seen it playing out right now with a man that had, and it's a family man. He had started a new family, right? Had his old 4 kids.
Yeah.
Started 1 new kids, and all like the man had mad DR properties, restaurants, all shit. All that shit is crumbling right now because he died in what 2009, and since then it's been legal battle after legal battle after legal battle.
He didn't have a will.
He didn't have a will. Yeah. So all that shit.
That was
goes
one of Swizz's big points too.
And that's what Swizz said.
Yeah. I want to say that I took a finance class. I remember like that was like the biggest thing. It was like, yo, listen, not only because of that, because you don't want to leave it in the hands also of the government to break your shit up, and
of
then
course,
if
they
it goes to the state, it's like
exactly. If you have your will and you say this goes to this person,
getting
people can feel how they feel.
Life
no debating
insurance,
it,
bro.
Yeah,
Leaving
exactly.
a beneficiary. These are stuff that like
he got 15 kids.
Unless
that's
bananas. They got Kanye just raised them $1 million off those Balenciaga shirts.
Yeah,
they have to bust that down 15 ways, and then 3 extra ways for the 3 baby mothers.
You already know what it is, and even more than that, just because things that you don't expect.
I'm the wife,
the mom, the sister.
Like you guys are baby moms, but I'm the wife.
Exactly,
right. Because he was engaged before he passed.
Yeah, and then which wife gets more? And it gets real messy. It gets real messy. And I'm talking about cousins, families. They're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm the one that inspired him to rap." Like, yo, I'm telling you,
I taught him how to bark like a dog.
Exactly. I gave him that idea.
Motherfuckers gonna come out of nowhere. With
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
I brought Boomer with him.
Yeah. But how do you guys feel about like? I just wanted to ask you guys because I know a lot of people do feel like iffy about people creating like merch for someone passing away, or do you feel like that's at a bad taste, or do you feel like it's okay just because he donated? Which, by the way, I've seen reports he donated, but I don't have like
you wear hot gear. So
I'll tell you where.
Did you get the Balenciaga?
No, I looked at the price and I said, "Nah, I'm not copping this," because I was more or less like,
that's recent.
I didn't like the art.
Yeah.
It wasn't like like if it was that Jonathan Mannion picture where he's like in his hood.
Yeah,
that's a fire photo. If they had put that on it, I probably would have got. But it was like
a regular photo.
You think Virgil was behind this one?
I'll be honest with you. He looked like he was on crack in the picture.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It was Virgil.
It sucks. Like he had like the crack ash on him. Like, like, when he was
the ashy Larry.
Yeah, he was ashy. So like it wasn't like the most flattering picture.
Yeah.
But the fact that like Balenciaga did it, which means I would hope it means it's good quality.
Yeah, exactly.
But also like Ye was the
Yeezy brand.
Yeezy brand was distributing it or whatever. I thought it was just dope that like they showed up for him.
Yeah.
And the money is going to his kids. They said
that is, man.
They said that from after everything gets bust up or whatever, a million is going to the children.
It's amazing,
and that's fucking fire. So, but for me, like, I feel like, for instance, me and Fa, shout out to Fa, we went to a 76ers game right after Kobe had passed. So Kobe had passed like that Sunday, and then the next 76ers game was that Tuesday. And
so 2 days after?
Yeah. Yeah, wow. They weren't playing it wasn't a Laker game. It was just that Kobe had passed on Sunday.
Yeah, but still.
And basketball happened on Tuesday. I think they had
from Philly.
Yeah, and he's from Philly. Right. And so we're leaving, we're walking, and we see like T-shirts of Kobe. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, all right. But then I saw the one with him and Gigi on it, his daughter. And I was like, nah, that's not, for me, it's not in good taste. You know why? Kobe was an icon. And God rest his soul too, and all those people that died on that plane. But you gotta like,
that's a good point.
I don't want. It's a little girl.
Gigi's his daughter
that nobody knew, yo.
Yeah, she might have been like you might have known her from like videos on IG.
Yeah, no.
But like you're trying to make money now.
Yeah, you're not. Now you're just trying to make money off a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Where like with X, like
on top of that, if you were donating we knew that you were donating all of those profits to their family, which I don't know if they would need that, but if you were doing that,
right? No, these are just people in trying to make a living.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So, Then again, did I
buy a Biggie shirt after he passed? Absolutely. I bought it on Jamaica Avenue.
Yeah. And I was gonna say that right now. Then again, you gotta respect a little bit that people are just people out here trying to eat, man. You know what I mean? Like these aren't people who are rich and shit like that. These people out here grinding, So it could be in bad taste, but like they're just taking advantage of the situation. But I don't disagree. I think that is like that's a good point. The fact that Kobe, you'd understand why people are going to try to make money off of, not even try to make money off of, but try to honor him. Like,
thinking of his next hustle.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
who's the next person I can make a shirt about?
How can I move these?
No,
how can I move these Humpty Hump T-shirts?
You know, I was really thinking. I'm like, yo, I should start like a will service for like people in the hood.
That's not a bad. Yo,
Like,
this guy's giving out. This guy's giving out.
You came with 2 companies.
Yeah, word up, dog,
bro.
I'm like, yo,
No, that's a great idea, man. Honestly,
we're not gonna go do it.
Honestly,
what if I bring it to you?
And
The
the
one
funny
for
thing,
one for scrippers.
Yeah, word.
The one for fucking
Yo, 2-in-1. Do the 2-in-1,
Yeah, man.
Yo, the funny thing about that, the interesting thing about that is that it would be like a win-win too, because you're really helping people. You're really helping people by doing that. You're saving the money from not giving money away from the banks, and you're saving them family problems after the fact. You know,
I'm learning right now all about credit repair and shit like that to bring it into my real estate biz, but also just for that because I'm like, damn, this shit ain't rocket science.
Yeah.
I see these kids doing it. The kid that did my shit, motherfucker ain't a genius.
Yeah.
Right? And it's profitable, but it's also practical. Like, yo, we
That's
all
what I mean.
need that shit.
Exactly.
How?
I know how to draft a will. I could draft a will.
There you go.
100%.
You guys
we
should.
got the
You got- yeah, exactly. You guys get together?
1,000%. Yeah. It's not there's fucking templates out there that
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
use that shit. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. And people don't. Well, you need like what? A witness? Yeah, you already. He's a notary. already,
Yeah,
so-
exactly. I'm saying notarized. You need to be notarized. and
Yeah,
shit,
so no, it's it not only making a profit off of this, but no, this is something that like I think we always, not to get too morbid and shit, but I think we always feel like we're gonna live forever.
I like morbid.
And it's
'Cause
one
I
of
don't
those-
think I'm gonna live forever.
Right, but it's one of those things that like
I die every day.
I hate
Real talk.
I hate having that conversation with loved ones, like it's like my parents when they're like, all right, well, I wanted to sit down with you to do this, and I'll just keep putting it off.
Yeah.
But it's something that needs to be done because I'm sure X is a person who, like, if you heard like his interviews, he didn't think he was long for the world. You know what I'm saying? So for him not to have one, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how about this?
But again, education.
I 100% Tupac.
We don't think
I
about
think
that shit.
Tupac had.
Not only
I think,
not thinking about it,
I think
people
Tupac
probably
had a
told him.
will. With all the shit that Tupac made 80 million. He made 80 albums
You know what it is?
before he died because he knew he was gonna die.
'Cause I was gonna say X.
I know 1,000% he thought he was gonna die.
X is
And he made it a- and he
X
did
is
a will.
really hood though. And I'm not saying Pac isn't really hood, but he's not like hood like X
Yeah,
is
but
hood.
Yeah,
X
yeah, I
also
got you.
had
You know what I
no concept of money.
Yeah,
If you
that's
look,
true.
if you even hear the stories,
Yeah.
and that's one thing I think Swizz was talking about before this. Of
giving poor people money and shit.
yeah, and like
yeah.
being they were at a diner one time, right? Because Swizz went upstate to go visit him,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yo, I really want to go. Like, I think it was like to Maine to get lobsters. It was
Yeah.
like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I like
taking
seeing
him to go.
Yo,
to
I
fucking
like
go.
seeing
Yeah.
him 2 peas
Yes.
in a pod, son.
And at the diner, he liked the people so much that everybody kept seeing him, but they didn't bother him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, "Yo, X," it was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, D-Max."
Yeah.
That before they left, he was like, he paid the whole bill for everybody in the
Yeah.
diner. Because to him, it was like,
I
beautiful
forgot to tell this
it's
story.
just money, nigga.
yeah.
I forgot to tell this story last time when we were talking about DMX the last episode, and I saw my cousin after we had shot that episode, and he was telling me how he was in Dallas BBQ in one in Times Square, and he said how my cousin has no shame, by the way. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll see Jermaine Dupri and he'll be like, "Yo, Jermaine Dupri, what
Yeah.
up?" He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
But he saw DMX, and like that one, like I gave him a pass. I was like, honestly, I'd probably stand out for that one too.
I feel you.
But he said he was like, he had a big ass security guard in front of him, and he was like in the waiting area to go in, and he was like, "Yo, X, what up, man?" And he was like, and then the security guard just like right away just walked over to him, was like, "Yo, I gotta back up, you gotta back up." Jay was like, "Yo," even before I could even get like near him, I just said, "What up?" like from far, and X was like, "No, leave him alone. Come through." He came through. My cousin was like, "Yo, we from Queens." "Oh, yo, Queens, that's what's up. He was like, yeah,
Queens?
cool.
That was up.
Yeah. And my cousin
Never go there.
My cousin,
Remember Cat Williams was talking about that?
my cousin asked for no picture, no nothing, but he was like, but he stopped his
Yo.
security guard being like, "Yo, what you doing?"
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
want to come say what up. And my cousin told me the story. He's like, "Yo, I bought your tape when he was like,
That's
oh,
fire.
that's what's up." Like, and like, yo, when my cousin told me that, I don't get jealous of niggas.
Yeah.
I was jealous that
Yeah,
day.
no, because it's ill to
I was
tell.
like, why it happened to me?
Exactly. Because it's so ill to be
No?
able to tell like an artist you look up to, or whatever. Like,
of course.
Like I think I told you a couple weeks ago that one time I was able to tell like Big Sean, like, "Yo."
Yeah, in the club.
All I told him was like, "Yo," and it was even
Yeah.
that. I was just like, "I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of you. Like, you're amazing.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
lyricism is
Yeah.
fucking on point.
Nah, my cousin was.
I'm gonna leave you alone. I
Yep.
just want to let you know." That's
That
it.
sounds just like my cousin. He wasn't on his dick.
Yeah,
he was just like,
I
"Yo,
know what it is, bro.
But
They
you
just
know what though?
chilling,
You just having
you
a
know?
good time right now. But
Yeah.
I have to tell you, if I see you, yo, dogs. When you met Cormeg, I'm sure you told me Cormeg.
did.
You were big.
I went through a whole story. He knew who I was.
You plugged our fucking
That's crazy,
podcast to him. Dogs.
Yeah.
I remember.
And he knew who I was.
That's crazy.
And I was like, when I was I was, yo, sign it to Handsome. He was like, Handsome Island. And I was like, yo, that was the
awesome.
most bugged out shit ever, dude. Bugged out shit ever.
That's amazing.
I was like, yo, I remember when you replied to my tweet and you did. He's like, yeah, that's what I remember because you talking about since you were like 13, you were hearing my shit, da 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 da. And he was just cool as a fan, dude. And it was like,
somebody we know is cool with him too, right?
Who?
Angel.
I don't know Angel.
Yeah, I'm cool with Angel. He's really Jigs' boy, but like he's cool with him. Like they talk to each other.
Well, I hope
you
meet K Slay in real life.
Right? I'll keep that same energy, bro. Trust me, that dude right there, man.
Nah,
I've been feeling that way forever, before and after that.
Yo, he's geriatric. You just fucking push his forehead, he falls, dude.
You punk. That's what he called me.
Yeah, he called you.
It's a mix show, punk.
All right, let's go on to happier times. What was the not the Knicks winning streak? I don't want to talk about the Knicks yet. What did Young Thug in them? Because we're talking about like taking care of the hood and shit.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, like low-level offenders, they just rolled up to the police station and was like, yo, like, can you show me like who's here for like a fucking traffic ticket or a fucking I'm saying jump in bail, but like, all right, for instance, like, God rest his soul.
Who's here for suspended license?
Yeah, the dude
who just punched the Asian lady in the face.
The dude, yo, you wildin', dog. You're wildin'. The kid, Dante.
I'm going to love this scene right here for just how Chetty sounded saying that right now.
Dante, they pulled him over because he couldn't afford to pay his ticket. Like, so he had him on a payment plan, and he missed the payment. So if you miss a payment, you're wanted for,
That's that bullshit.
That's
that bullshit.
Because that one thing leads to something else. And it led to him being killed.
Bullshit of you being fucking, because you're poor or because you don't have money or whatever,
But Young Thug and Gunna decide, I mean, it is kind of close to him dropping an album, which I didn't really like. Handsome, you was thinking it too.
It got done.
It might be, it might be true.
But it got done.
Kind of my
you
point
can go
now,
so many different ways.
When I was younger, I'd be fucking going off on him. But as I got older, I'm like,
but
it still got done.
But you know what though? Maybe it's been getting done, but now he put light on it because it's coincide with the album.
I didn't even know Gunna was Young Thug's artist.
Yeah,
I didn't know that myself.
He's on that click.
I knew he was in the click. I didn't know he was Young Thug's artist. If that's true, I didn't know that. Gunna's nice. I like Gunna.
The Young Slime, whatever shit is called.
Yeah. Slime Season.
I sat through that whole shit. It was fire except for the girl tracks. It was dope. Yeah, Slime Season 2.
Something like that too. Yeah, exactly. I haven't heard it yet.
It's like Smokers or something like that. I don't know.
No, it's Slime some shit.
Yo, what's this kid's name? YTB some shit? I'm a fan right now.
I gotta check it out.
He's an artist that he got from like Cincinnati.
Slime Language too.
Slime Language. Yo, Young Thug is my guy.
Slime Flu.
No, I said Slime Season. I was close. Hear me close.
There's swine flu.
You're throwing me the fuck off right now. I was like, I'm close because you're saying flu.
But you know what though? Right. I'm
close.
gonna take my woke hat off and say, yo, they just got it done.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what? For 30 guys that were locked up for some bullshit, it changed their life.
Whatever the reason.
And it looks like this. Like, look, when you post bail and you jump bail, they lose their money.
Yeah.
So he's entrusting these guys into like. So I'm sure he looked and was like, yo, this guy's in jail for this. Yo, get him the fuck out. You know what I mean? Who knows if like he stole that loaf of bread from the fucking grocery store because he needs to feed his fucking family.
No, it's facts, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I think more rappers should take precedence. Like, more artists, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, go back to your hood once in a while.
I think they started to.
Go back to your precinct
I think past, like, maybe 2 years or so.
Not go back to your hood to pull up in your car to be like, yo,
Nah,
I'll be out
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
Nah,
go back and see what's going on.
Yo, that's what happens, though. I think, like, Instagram past couple of years have made artists, like, start doing shit like that.
Yeah, but keep your burner on.
And even on some stupid shit. Like, they will even, like, you talking about Instagram personalities throwing money out and shit like that, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's better than nothing.
Look at Nipsey, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Go with your burner
That's what
on.
I'm saying, though. Like, yo, don't. Yeah, exactly.
Go protect it.
But those you shouldn't have to do that, man.
You shouldn't.
But you understand, crabs in a barrel.
That's it.
I'm giving you the answer.
Right.
Jealousy
and I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, Jay
emotion,
talks about it for how many years? Yeah. Like, you put crabs in a barrel. I forgot how the line was.
You put crabs in a barrel, they poke at your ass.
To ensure they survive, they're going to end up pulling down niggas that look just like you.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what's been happening forever, But one thing I want to say about Young Thug, too, is that I don't know if you remember his interview Young Thug had a long time ago where they were asking him about, like, politics or whatever, and he was like, nah, like, I don't get into that at all.
Yeah.
I like that.
And he's like, yo, like, that shit's not for me. I'm just about music.
He separates church and state because maybe
he's like, I'm just about music.
Maybe he has feelings about politics, which everybody does.
Yeah.
But he keeps it to himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where, like, maybe his religion, I'm just going to keep that to me.
Yeah,
you know
I get it.
then,
I get it. I respect it even, you know what I mean? But it's just interesting now for him to do something like it's good. It's a great thing for him to do something that because what he was saying was like, yo, like it's just about the music with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's, like I'm here to talk about music. Or whatever,
you know what, motherfuckers
like,
should need to start saying that. Yo, you know what? If you don't feel comfortable with talking about it or you don't have enough knowledge about it, just be like, yo, you know what? It's just about music for me right now, and I'll just keep my shit to myself.
It takes a like humbleness,
Dogs,
like no ego. You know what I mean? To admit that you don't even know a topic.
When Obama was
You know what
running
I'm
for
saying?
president, they used to just go up to rappers. The dumbest fucking rapper that has a fucking rap sheet.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ask DMX, yo, you voting for Obama? Nigga, he can't vote.
Yeah.
I would if I could.
Yeah.
DMX is too honest.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, he can't vote. Like, why ask him that? Like, why you put your support? Honestly, it sucks, but he can't help the cause right now, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He can't even get into the White House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
question.
You can't have no felons in the White House.
Yeah, no question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but
That's a dumb rule.
But I find it cool. Yeah, maybe those things will change in the future because it depends on the felons. That's what I'm trying to say. Like those black and white rules, they don't really work well with almost anything.
I think they just make it easy for the system.
It shouldn't be easy though.
That's probably just
We're
like
fucking humans.
you're a felon. All right,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
We're gonna deal with this.
You know what it is? You're a felon.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
I'm a felon because I robbed fucking PNC Bank online. It's a white collar crime, right?
Exactly.
But whatever. You know?
those guys are allowed back in, but we don't get to that another day.
Exactly.
Because go New York.
Yeah.
Go New York. Go.
Yo, I can't believe you knew that shit.
I can't believe you thought I didn't know that.
Come on, Josh. Go New York.
They've been doing that
New
since
York,
'99. They were doing it even '99. So I was
so
11
you know
years
the
old.
new version.
No. I do remember the original version because I told you I saw the '99 version. I saw the '94 version was better. I remember when they changed it to the '99 version. I don't know when they changed it. But I was like, nah, the original was better. But I fuck with it, the later one.
So ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks, as you guys all know, we're on a 9-game winning streak. The streak was snapped.
Against the Suns.
We're recording this
Chris
episode.
Paul.
Yeah, so it was last night, which was an amazing game, entertaining game.
It was.
And the Knicks winning streak was overall entertaining. I feel like a lot of people, like you even had LeBron chime in on it to be like, yo, the NBA is better when the Knicks are winning.
No, but you heard why he said that, though?
Because someone asked him.
No. Because somebody said the Knicks... The Knicks haven't been the same since the Dipset video. The Dipset Kip and shit like that.
It's true.
And it's true.
It's kind
They're
of
like, yeah. They're like, yo, the Knicks something happened in that moment, but the Knicks
episode,
like
episode 42, we talk about that. Yeah,
their luck changed. Like you know what I mean? And then what LeBron said was
Dipset or something
he
like
said
that,
Dipset
right?
forever. Like some shit like that. He's like, yo, Dipset forever. But he's like, yo, but also the NBA is always better when the Knicks are doing well.
The NBA is always better when the bigger like city teams like the Bulls, the Knicks, the Lakers.
The thing with the Knicks, and I agree with all of that. The thing with the Knicks is that the Knicks aren't or haven't been associated with like even being as good as those teams in a long time.
Right.
And they were for a long time the only team in New York. I mean, in a lot of ways, people still think they're the only team in New York. But you know what I mean? Like for a long time.
You saw John Sally say why he was a Boston Celtics fan as a kid from New York and not a Knicks fan?
No.
Oh,
that's some disappointing shit right there.
Nah, he said that for real.
Rashad Bilal was asking him. He's like, "So you're not a Lakers fan?" He goes, "Nah, I was a Celtics fan. So I was a kid. They were the first team to ever." He goes, "My family."
I got his autograph too.
He's like, "My family was super pro-black, so the Celtics was the first team to hire a black coach."
Oh yeah,
he's like, so as a kid, it was like, "Yo, I'm definitely gonna be their fan." And then not only that, I like winning.
Yeah,
what a sucker.
He's like,
what a sucker.
New York never won.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm going to tell you why he's a sucker, because my grandfather used to only love Dominican players, and I was kind of like, yo, why, bro?
Nigga, mommy like the Red Sox? I used to get furious.
I used to like the Red Sox.
Shout out to
because I hated the Yankees, and they were their kryptonite.
I hate the Yankees all day. I'm not going to like the fucking Red Sox. They're Dominican.
No, it was like they were anti-Yankee, and they were Dominican. It wasn't only the Dominican.
But the Mets were still the best team on earth. And right now, we're number one in the NL East.
Are we
What
still?
up, though? Yeah.
We're battling the Phillies, that's why.
Yeah.
Where are the Yankees?
We'll be number one.
We're dead last, yo.
Yeah, I know.
The Yankees are last?
Yeah. Johnny knew that.
Nah, really.
Johnny knew that.
I know baseball.
Well, you knew the Mets were in first place.
I'm a Mets fan, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out.
We also won 4 out of our last 5. So in April, that can move you up to 3rd.
No question.
So
that's beautiful. But
it's
still last.
It's April, bro.
But
it was still in April. So it's the first month of the season.
We're going to revisit this in June and July.
162 games. I try to tell people all the time.
I know. That's why I hate baseball.
Side note, Diego was like, yo, Lindor can't hit the ball out of infield. I'm like, bro, how many times I got to tell you this? This is April, bro. It's April.
I hate baseball.
I feel you.
Nah, I was still cursing out Giancarlo Stanton when he leaves fucking. But you know what? Yo, we're doing what Hanson does not want to do is talk about baseball.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Okay.
Let's keep talking about baseball.
No. Let's move on to the NFL because Thursday is big for me.
Okay, we could do that.
Oh, you still want to talk about the Knicks? Go ahead, man.
No, I just want to say
one thing
one thing about the Knicks. a lot of fans.
They deserve it, by the way. Yes.
I'm really extremely fucking
100%.
proud of the direction we're going in. You know, I kind of wanted these kind of players.
Yeah, you know, big on Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. I like R.J. Barrett. Like, I wasn't like, whatever, but he's doing really well. He's developing well. The Knicks just in general are moving in the right direction. They made a lot of the right moves and stuff. I want to say,
you know why, right? Dolan step back.
Yeah, no, but
worldwide.
But real talk, Dolan had been step back.
Okay,
because he stepped back with Phil Jackson.
Yeah, no, Phil Jackson hold on.
Exactly.
I think the shift came when Anthony Edwards started giving them the credit. Like, am I wrong?
Nah, he's one of my favorite players though.
Yeah,
he's the funniest interview.
Yo, he is.
But
he's a great. Yo,
in the NBA.
He's literally the definition of the youth.
Yes, like he was like mid interview. He was like,
my ears are dancing.
Oh, you see my shit? You see them shit dancing?
Yo, that's what he said. He see them shit dancing. That's what he said. And
he said that he was the best baseball player in his high school.
Yeah.
And then they asked him like, "Yo, so you heard what Alex Rodriguez?" He's like, "Alex Rodriguez." Oh, Alex Rodriguez was trying to buy the Timberwolves, or he did buy the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
he
did.
was like, "I have no idea who that is."
Yeah.
I was dying.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Like, I like you, Anthony.
Yo, you like him a lot. Your heart's gonna be broken when he goes to the Knicks.
Oh, he's leaving. He's not going to the Knicks.
But when he goes to free agency,
Zion's going
he's
to the
leaving.
Knicks.
He's
when
not
he becomes a
staying
Laker,
Zion's going to the Knicks. Watch. So
Zion's definitely coming to the Knicks.
Zion is
RJ.
playing. Zion is playing with your heart, man. Like
I understand what you're saying, but he's gonna want to come with RJ.
The opportunity.
No,
exactly.
I've been saying that.
Homeboy.
I've been saying that before that report came out. I'm no lying. I was saying that before.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
This is New York, dude.
The
New
Knicks
York
need
State.
the
You
Knicks
need
need
to stop saying that, yo. We've
Bro.
been saying that for years,
No,
and no
it's
one
true.
comes here.
No, it's true. But the Knicks,
now you
they had no
the change is
stability,
happening now.
and that's what I was gonna tell you
I
right
was
now.
saying, not only that, social media has changed everything.
The Knicks are in a positive light right now for sure, and they're gonna continue to be.
They weren't.
There's no reason.
They weren't for like 7 years,
Yeah, that's true.
but now they are.
17 years.
Dog, if the Knicks,
The Knicks are always the butt of people's jokes.
if the Knicks had not rushed and traded for Carmelo, they would be going in this direction, likely. With our GM being Donnie Walsh.
It's not only
Donnie Walsh is a
right.
great GM.
It's not only the Carmelo trade though, but it's like Bargnani. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because then that's what exactly those moves kill a franchise.
Moves kill a franchise, right?
So
I won't blame it on Melo because Melo gave the Knicks some exciting moments.
Yeah.
Like, you know
I'm not knocking them for doing, but you can't just say, "Hey, we need this guy at all costs." All costs never works.
It's what we're
There's
going
a
through right
value
now.
for everybody.
We're going through right now in football.
Exactly.
With the Jets, like we're looking at them making certain moves. Don't get mad, son. We're letting them make certain
I'm not mad at
moves.
all. I'm not mad at all.
And there's people like they should be doing this.
Yeah.
They should be doing with no long term view.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what they did with Carmelo. It
Dog.
was like, this is
look,
it.
the
So
media
fuck
would-
everything else.
You
Nice.
have to remember what was happening at the time though. Amari Stoudemire was having an MVP season.
He was.
Right? And
Felton.
What was happening with the Knicks is that every time they went up against Miami, they were like, "Yo, they got 3 All-Stars on their team. This is the way the league is going, so we have to."
Why do you have to win
All-Star.
him? Why do you have to beat him that year?
Right.
Why?
That was their thinking, though. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
but
the mistake.
They didn't want to roll the dice on the fact that Melo might not come here. Like, check this out.
You gotta.
Check this out. They thought they had LeBron. They thought they had Wade. They thought like that all these guys could come to New York,
Yeah.
and maybe they felt jaded. I'm just thinking like maybe this is how the Knicks were thinking.
No, I get. What
Maybe
you're
they
saying.
were like, "Yo, you know what? Let's trade Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, and Gallo." Right? That was the trade.
Yeah.
From Melo. Do you?
I think it was more than that.
Do you
I'm
think?
pretty sure it was picks involved or something
Picks
like that. Yeah.
involved.
Exactly.
Do you think that those 3 guys, right, would have? Because obviously those picks weren't that good. Because who did the Nuggets get out of them? We can't even name anybody the Nuggets got out of them.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. If it was Nikola Vucevic, then or not Vucevic.
We
or
don't know if the
Nikola
Nuggets traded
Joker.
those picks to some other.
Well,
team
you got to
that actually
understand. You
benefited.
got to understand one thing about that. You start the window because once you get Melo, you have to pay him now. People don't understand. Once you have to pay somebody, your window starts. You're
Well,
already in competitive mode.
There's certain
You're in contender mode. So is your team built to be
there's
contender
certain
now?
franchise though that you can't keep. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking 2010 when this happened or 2012, whenever this happened. Like they're like, "Yo, we're right here. We're like 3rd in the East or 2nd in the East, whatever." I think they were 3rd because Heat were 2, Bulls were 1. And they're like, "Yo, we're right here. Like this is what these teams are doing. So let's get." You had fans chanting, "We want Melo."
I know.
And
that's why the fans are usually wrong.
It's not the best.
Fans-
it's
I
not,
love
you need to
giving
have-
people what they want.
That's what
it's
you
not the best. It's not the best. Like we'd have to look at the exact trade.
Yeah.
And then look back to be like, "Yo, would Gallo have made the difference? Would Gallo and Melo been enough to beat LeBron, Wade, and Bosh?" You know what I mean?
Still no.
Right. But the thing is, though, is that they were giving the fans what they wanted at that moment.
But
Like,
it wasn't
was like-
about Gallo and Melo. It's about value, period. So when you sign Melo, or if Melo doesn't sign and he goes to another team, you wait because someone's going to hit free agency, or someone's going to be able to say, "Yo, I want to only go to New York and get
But
less
Josh,
value."
there has to be a time, right? I get what you're saying, but there has to be a time, and it's going back to the Jets,
Where you go for the kill?
where you have to say, "Yo, you know what? We have it. let's make it happen. Like,
It's
for
true.
instance,
And the Knicks didn't have it.
The Jets,
the Knicks were garbage for a lot of years.
When the Jets had that defense, that crazy defense of Bart Scott and all those guys, that was for them to go all.
No, they did all the right moves.
I felt like that's what the Buccaneers did. They
did all the right moves.
Like, yo, we're gonna grab all
yeah,
these
but the Knicks. But the Jets, we gotta understand about that time. The Jets were built over like 3, 4, 5 years.
No, right. At that time, you had the powerhouse Patriots.
They were built, and they were built behind like Pennington and shit like that. Like I'm talking about their offensive line, their receiver, everything was built, and then Mark Sanchez was the last piece.
And my thing was with Sam is that like you guys have this faith in Sam. I think Sam's a good quarterback.
I think he's about to make people really
rethink. Okay, but you know why? The Jets never gave him any weapons.
Yeah,
though.
1,000%.
You understand?
I agree with you.
I don't disagree with you.
You can you can keep saying like, yo, we're gonna start again. We're gonna start again. Like the Giants are going through that right now. Where we're just like, all right, we're gonna and after a while, just like, yo, we need fucking playmakers.
Nah, the Giants.
We need a playmaker on defense. We for years we haven't had that guy. Michael Strahan is a game changer. Like, he was like, yo, he's gonna wreak havoc on the field. And then we had like Antonio
top 10 player in NFL type guy.
Yeah, you need to have.
The Giants have always been at top of their game when they have that kind of player.
Right.
And defensive stud.
Our memory only goes back to Lawrence Taylor.
I think all players.
Don't tell me you're going to go back before that.
I said my memory only goes back to that.
I was going to say, because Lawrence Taylor is where it starts.
I think all teams,
greatest defender of all time,
all teams, because the goal is to make it to the playoffs and win your division, Super Bowl, all that shit. But I think you need to have that player. So I felt with Sam, it was like, yo, get him that receiver. To get him the Jerry Jeudy, right? To see like, yo, you know what? And I could be wrong. I'm always big on like fucking taking skilled players early. That's just me, right? And maybe because I want to win draft night and be happy about that because offensive linemen are fucking boring. But I get
offensive line.
Offensive line wins.
Yeah.
Okay. When the Jets went with Mark Sanchez, want to say real quick, what did they do to begin that era?
They had a good run game too.
No. But do you remember what they did to begin that era?
What they had Mangold.
They drafted 2 offensive linemen in the first round.
Joshua, who's the happiest guy on earth?
I didn't even understand that, and I was next to hands like, no one's no lie. He's like, no one's gonna like this move.
The game is
and it's the best thing for the Jets. I promise you. Right or wrong?
The game is a little different than it was back then. Now it's a little bit more of a shootout.
Yeah.
You got to put up some points.
I know.
How can you put up points without protection?
Exactly. How can your receivers get open without time?
The way Jets were winning, I'm not going to give the offense. I'll give them credit, but not that much credit.
You should give them credit.
That defense was nasty.
That defense was crazy, but you know what it was?
And you know
it
who
wasn't.
who made the big plays?
But real quick,
Braylon Edwards. When he threw that ball to Braylon Edwards against the Colts,
he's a talented receiver.
He went up and got it. But those are the guys you need. Though.
And how much did we trade for Braylon Edwards?
How many of those guys did you give Sam Darnold?
How many did we? You're right. That's McCagnon, not Joe Douglas. Now, okay.
So Joe's gonna give. So
no
this is what Joe has to do now.
Oh, Joe's doing some.
He's gonna have to go.
Well, first of all, our wide receiver core right now is better than Sam has had ever.
You're about to be excited.
I know the Giants.
You're wearing
be good.
green, and I'm glad that you are.
You just turned hats on. This podcast is about to go 2.5 hours right now.
I'm not getting into it. I don't speak. That's it.
Who do you guys want? You guys want Zach Wilson? Do you want Mac Jones?
No, Zach Wilson.
Or
Zach Wilson.
Does it say his name right? Mac Jones, right?
Yeah, Mac Jones. Yeah.
And then there's another guy.
That's not even a question. Zach Wilson is just a pick.
I want Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah, that would be nice, but to that point,
that shit is done, man.
To that
but
point,
you don't know if he's gonna get suspended.
To that
That's
point,
a problem. I prayed for him. I was gonna give me him.
Nothing's done. Nothing's done because they can literally say, "Hey, we can offer you the second pick, who's a top-notch quarterback, all talent in the world, and these extra picks or whatever."
We ain't taking a risk on this guy, dude.
So you trust Zach Wilson?
I'm just saying it depends on how. Yeah,
I trust Zach.
I do.
Yeah. I trust Zach just because the way the team is being built.
Exactly.
Same way I would trust Darnold with this team being built the way it was.
So why did they keep Sam then?
Because
the contract. Cap.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's because Sam lost.
That's part
confidence.
of the reason. No, it's part of the reason.
Personally, I think as a player, the fucking beatings that nigga was taking.
That's part of the reason.
It killed his psyche. You saw the way he was playing. Yo, he was not playing like he played in college. In college, different ball game. College is like little kids, right? Let's be honest. But even the way he was playing his first 6-7 games changed dramatically from being fucking pounded out because we had no line, dude.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yo, no matter, and then you're in New York.
Yeah, it's a hard market to win here.
Yo, you shitted on left and right. He became the laughing stock of the town. Like he didn't have no confidence. That's why I think North Carolina's a move for him because out there you don't have that pressure, and they have a quarterback coach that's gonna really put.
Well, Matt Rule, Joe Brady, they have a great system over there to develop him. But
say your hater comment, man.
What I'm trying to say is this:
you hated on Sam, dude. I know.
No, but
I didn't hate on Sam.
But real quick,
I just said that I didn't think Sam was who you guys thought he was.
You were wrong.
That's all I said.
No, but
I wasn't wrong. Not at all.
Every quarterback needs to be developed. Pat Mahomes would not be Pat Mahomes on a garbage team. Pat Mahomes plays with one of the best tight ends of all time, plays with Tyreek Hill, plays with a good offensive line, plays with one of the best offensive minds as a coach.
We had this argument before. You don't think Pat Mahomes would win more games than Sam Darnold has won with the Jets? Like with
the same team.
I think it's very possible that he would not progress to that level. For sure.
I'm not talking about progress to that level.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think that
he wouldn't be a
I wouldn't be surprised.
He wouldn't be a Pro Bowl.
I think he's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold.
No, hold on.
Or like just talent wise,
of course.
He's just more talented quarterback than Sam Darnold.
He's more talented than a lot of quarterbacks.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
He wouldn't.
There was a lot of parts of his development that had to do with sitting behind Alex Smith for a year, learning from Andy Reid. Listen to the help he has. You can't tell me that doesn't matter. Sitting behind a team that was already in the playoffs and legitimately contending with Alex Smith.
He was also good in college, though.
I'm not knocking that. Yo,
the knock on him.
He took a team that was already in the playoffs and now took him to the Super Bowl. You understand what I'm saying?
The knock on him in college was that he played in a gimmick style,
I get it.
like fast-paced, like offense.
Yeah,
like that was it.
And Andy Reid adapted.
I get it.
I agree.
He gave him that in the NFL.
The year sitting, but
exactly.
You're not going to tell me. I mean, there's no way to prove this. Because this is that he won't be.
Yeah, no, he can't go.
Jets,
Yeah,
can't go back. But like, I don't know, man. I just think that's
I'll tell you right now, he'd be a
levels.
way better quarterback than Sam Darnold. I'm not gonna tell you that.
I think the Jets would have made the playoffs with Pat Mahomes.
No.
Did you guys win 6 games one year?
We won 7. What are you talking about? We won 7 the year before.
Okay, so he's winning 9 for you easily, 9 and 7.
That's with Sam Darnold getting hurt too. He missed 2-3 games.
There you go. So you get a healthy Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is way better than Sam Darnold, bro.
Pat Mahomes would have had his confidence shot.
Dog, you don't understand. Listen, look at David Carr. Bro, look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is great as well because Aaron Rodgers got to sit 2 years behind Brett Favre and play for a good team. A lot of quarterbacks who fall in the draft, they end up going to a good team who already has a quarterback who lets them. They have patience. They don't have to throw their quarterback to save their team anymore. They already have a good offensive line. They have weapons.
Got Brady where he was at. Personally.
Bro, these quarterbacks are part of good teams already. Brady's on a team that was already playoff bound. Rodgers on a team that's already playoff bound. Mahomes on a team that's already playoff bound. And I know that works against the Jets.
So Sam Darnold. So how about this? It'll be episode 90. It'll be episode 90 when we talk about this, right? It'll be episode 90.
We just never got it off, you know.
He's gonna make a Pro Bowl eventually.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a Pro Bowl eventually.
1,000%.
No, I don't know about 1,000%.
1,000%.
I did. So he's
right here, 1,000%.
Chetty.
Sam Darnold is about to change the game.
Chetty.
Okay. There you go.
He has Pro Bowl talent. He does.
But that's not my question.
I know.
To make a Pro Bowl.
I understand. I do have questions about his
3 Pro Bowls.
His decision making, his IQ. I do.
3.
But at the same
time,
do
you have those same questions about Pat Mahomes?
Pat Mahomes makes those shaky decisions. The only thing is that he's so talented, number one, and he has talent around him that it kind of like covers up his risk taking. Same thing with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is going to make a lot of risky throws.
I don't know.
Yo, bro, you're talking about football. Football is so many moving pieces. Like, you can literally have a guy running the wrong route and make you look terrible.
And there's also one guy that's just way better and that could just make it happen.
Yeah.
And there's the guys that can't do that. They need the perfect thing. And I feel like Sam Darnold's one of those guys.
And I'll be honest with you.
And Pat Mahomes is in that.
I'll be real with you. I feel like never with a quarterback, it's only them. Never.
I mean.
Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He has no offensive line. What'd he do? Looked human.
Fucked me
Because
up.
if niggas is on you,
let me down.
NFL, just factual. Pressure on a quarterback
made me cry.
Just changes your
you
whole
hear
game.
what game you're saying. The Super Bowl.
Yeah, I get you.
Not getting fucked up by the Raiders.
His offensive line was great up to that point.
Yeah, but
they got injured at that
point. And they're also playing a good defense as well, too.
Bro.
Is Sam Darnold looking good? Where will we go in circles about Sam Darnold? I don't want to keep the listeners here.
Yeah, not for you.
About that. We could talk about that after the thing. Listeners, you could, yes. He'll have his Carolina Panthers jersey.
Nah, I don't know about that.
But hell no, dude.
I don't know about that.
Well, you believe in him that much, so.
Nah, I believe in him all day, bro.
But you guys really wants you to put your name, your stamp next to.
You guys want Zach Wilson? That's what you want.
Yeah, no question.
That's gonna be. You think that's your quarterback of the future?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
What does it have to be?
Yeah, it has to be.
Out of who you have to select.
Listen, he has questions. He has questions. You know what I mean?
QB does, right?
And anybody coming out of college, you're not in the NFL yet.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck how. Even Trevor Lawrence, like. That's why I wasn't so amped.
I think he's overrated.
When people want, now he's overrated.
Nah, he is.
Nigga,
nah,
you wanted my team to lose.
Oh, nah. You gotta side with me here. I was the one saying, yo, I do not want my team to ever go 0-16.
I
not
said
for
that.
no fucking quarterback.
I said that
could
before
just get hurt.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
And now you have questions about him? Why?
No, I got you right now. If we go to text message chats, when I first mentioned Trevor Lawrence, I said if the Jets were to end up with the number 1 pick, which I doubted because at the time I didn't think that we were going to be that bad.
But you were mad they were winning
games. Week 3. I said if the Jets end up with Trevor Lawrence, I would trade that pick. And I remember, if you remember me and Daggy getting into it, because Daggy was trying to say that Trevor Lawrence was Andrew Luck. And I said, no, he's the best prospect since Andrew Luck. That doesn't mean he's Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was different, bro. I remember Andrew Luck. He was like, can't miss. For real. Andrew Luck was a big body, kind of fast, super accurate, super smart. Like, come on, bro. Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. He's going to be above average. He's safe. He's the safest prospect in this draft.
I remember week 7, you guys being mad about the Jets being close to winning a game.
I'm saying you guys. Stop throwing me in this mix.
No, look. If I had,
what was I saying?
Teddy,
every game.
Teddy, if I had to pick a quarterback in this draft, I'm picking Trevor Lawrence.
If I had to pick,
because he's the safest floor.
No.
Because he's the safest floor. Because he's going to be an above average quarterback. Yeah. Safest floor. He's not going to be garbage. He's not going to be trash. I say he's overrated because they say he's a generational quarterback. That's all. Because they say he's going to be that great. But I think he has the safest floor. He's going to be an above-average quarterback. And that's a lot to ask for. That's a lot. You're going to get that guaranteed, an above-average quarterback, a guy who's not going to make mistakes. You know.
Giants, let's select Devontae or Pitts. Do not select the fucking
offensive
line.
falling to you.
Do not select the fucking offensive
lineman. Pitts is not falling to you.
I hope he does.
What pick the Giants got?
11, 12.
They have Pitts. Mel Kiper had Pitts the other day going 13.
Mel Kiper is trash.
So who's good? Who's a good?
I'll tell you right now.
Who's a good?
Daniel Jeremiah.
I don't know who David that is.
Daniel Jeremiah. He's good.
He's a pastor.
So I'm gonna look his up.
Daniel
and he better have Devontae falling to us.
All right, Daniel Jeremiah.
Because I have a feeling that the fucking Lions are gonna take him.
He's definitely good. You know who's good? They say for real. And I mean I don't know that well, but they say I've read from consensus. Peter Schrager.
Yeah.
But they say Peter Schrager's last mock is really, really good.
Old dude. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They say his last mock is the one you should really. Mel Kiper has said some crazy shit.
He's always said crazy.
Okay. Yeah, Mel Kiper's a little extreme.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us this week. I'm glad we finally got to the baseball topic. I've really been dying to talk about it, especially while the Mets were the number 1 team.
When you have no fucking faith, bro?
No, All-Star break.
In this little gap of time.
All-Star break is when we're going to do our prediction episode. That's going to be the prediction episode where we're going to have try to have Steph on there for that show. We'll have Diego on that show. I'm trying to book us a new site to do that. We'll do a baseball. Shout out to Steph. We'll do a baseball episode. You know what I mean? The bane of Handsome's existence.
Word. You know what I mean? As long as people are talking, enjoying themselves, I'll be there, zoning out, thinking about business plans.
Handsome been out of baseball since 2006 without trying to struck out.
Yeah, actually, that was the last straw for me.
One topic I think we should talk about next week. We were kind of talking about it before the show.
Are trans really women?
I am not going there.
Just kidding, trannies.
When you're married or dating a girl, are you calling their parents mom and dad? I want to hear from our viewers. I want to hear about
that's
that.
a good question.
Yeah. Of course I am. I love Juan.
No. That's not the question, bro. Whether you love one or not, man. Are you calling them dad?
You can love them.
Are you calling them daddy?
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to talk about. A little bit of a...
Poppy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. Even if I was Latinx.
Why not, man? Puerto Ricans call everybody
No.
Poppy. Even random dude in the street.
That is
what up, Poppy?
That is
It's the least they can do.
The
least they can do is call you Poppy.
So bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us this week. We're glad to be here. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys.
Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to everybody that
You know what I'm saying?
DMs us, asks us questions for new fucking topics and stuff like that.
Shout out to people that actually have something to say and not just, yo, I didn't like this topic, click, and have no other.
Yo, this is my fucking favorite part of the episode where Handsome fucking just like, yo, he
take shots
goes
at people.
In.
Take
he
shots.
goes in. Yes. There's always that.
I'm not going in. Yo, thank you.
No,
all.
that is true. It's called fucking constructive criticism. Bro.
Exactly.
Yo, I wish you guys would do this.
Yo, I'm trying to help you guys.
Yeah. Oh,
nah,
God.
you ain't trying to help me, bro.
Oh no,
Who the
Josh.
fuck is you?
That shit was like a flashback.
Who the fuck
bro.
are you?
Yeah.
No, you know who gives the better advice? The females.
Yes.
Females
always.
they always give input. Like, yo, you know when you guys talk
They're
about such and such,
detail-oriented.
you really should talk about that. I'm like, that's some fire shit. Thank you
word.
so much.
Facts.
Females, if you guys could skip like the last 10 minutes of our argument about Sam Darnold and get to this part right here about us shouting you guys out.
We might even have to cut this to a clip,
right.
just to make sure that it gets spotlighted.
Let's bring it in.
Yes, sir.
Great episode.
Cheers to my brothers.
Cheers to the NFL. Sure, nigga. NFL
if you want to see us
makes
keep
my life
talking about Sam Darnold, then sign up to the Patreon. Patreon. We'll pay you for it.
Savior Sam.